Patrice.
Yes.
Why is it helpful for artists to outsource?
It's really helpful because there's only so much, especially on like an independent level. We see this with people who sign deals, or even, it's not just always in the signing deals, it's people climb the ladder and they have more shows, or, you know, they're building their fan base and stuff like that. They tend to move into a realm of outsourcing only because there's only so much you can do. And there's only so much you can do at a pro level, right? I mean, I hate to say that, I hate to limit. I think that if you spend lots of time, you can get really, really great at all these different things. But there's kind of like, are you going to spend the time to get really, really great at those things? And I think that's the question, right? It's like, are you willing to put in the time to be really great at that? Really great at making videos, really great at, I don't know, maybe even booking shows, graphics, social media, those kinds of things. So eventually at one point you kind of have to go, okay, great. Like, I think, to go back a little bit, I think it's really important that people understand each of the different levels, because this way you know that the job is getting done, right? Like, if you didn't understand certain things or how things might operate, then it might be hard for you to manage that person as you're outsourcing it, right? To really understand if you're getting the product that you need. So you don't need to be a master at it, but you need to understand if it's the quality that you want. Or that if you're asking someone to help you with social media, that they're doing what they should be doing, right? And they might too, as they are, you know, that's more of their expertise. The cool thing is they can show you more of like what can be really great to happen in that realm, or in videos, you know, and then you can decide, well, do I want to, you know, invest into that there? But I think there's just so much time in the days, and I think it's really smart for artists to consider outsourcing at some points when they, especially if you start to make the money behind it, or if you have people who are investing into it, right? Because you can get people to invest in you as an artist, and so forth, because you're doing great things and they just want to be in on that, right? But yeah, you can outsource the stuff, so that way you can focus in more on the creative stuff, right? So you have to be mindful. You're gonna always have to look like Taylor Swift or these guys. I think there's an end of like being really business savvy, and they don't sit there and do all the graphics and, you know, all of even maybe finding the outfits or finding the makeup people, or they might just have people that they love at some point that they just continue to work with. But they have a team of people, right? At one point, it's amazing to have a team of people that are helping you and guiding you. But there's a team leader, right? And that's typically what the artist is. So that's why being aware of how you want things to go, being aware of what quality you want, being aware of what kind of stats you should be getting, right? Like, okay, yeah, no, I know if I have this person who's my booking agent, and but I'm not getting any gigs. Like, well, how much are you outputting? Are you emailing people? Who are you emailing? Do they understand who you are as an artist, right? Making sure that they do, right? Or hiring a photographer, putting together an image book, putting together a description of who you are can be so beneficial. You don't need to then become the photographer, but the more the photographer understands you and so forth, you're going to get a better product. Kind of goes off a little bit, but those are kinds of things as you're working on outsourcing that you can do, rather than just going, boom, I'm going to just hand it over all to you. There's going to have to be some aspect of yourself in that, but it's not as intense as doing all the nitty gritty stuff. And so I think that alleviates you to really be more efficient with how you're getting things out there, and being more creative and doing what naturally us artists are. So we can help to be aware of the business side of it, and guide in that, and you're going to be the CEO of the company, but you're going to outsource those different things so people do them, and you're just going to be mindful and watch over to make sure they're doing it. But that also gives you more. There's a creative side, the business side, to be working within the creative world there. And bringing out some great masterpieces of music. Yes. Drop a comment if you think this is helpful. It's helpful. Or you just want to share something. That's always really helpful on our end, right? And see what you guys. All right.